to a guy ever.
And tomorrow,
why do you live every?
Are you in Lagos?
I want to
in
get
Nigeria?
married.
How will you not feel attached after sex?
Yeah.
Like, no.
About every parent becomes the police
Okay.
in the lives of their kids.
Posing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring and
Okay,
no.
so
Guy, never reach me will marry me.
that's like you popping question.
There was a going, there was a communication, something happened. So there's nothing like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way?
yeah,
Do you know? Do you know?
Imagine what
God has divinely made you like that.
Imagine. I'm not going to propose to a guy ever.
And tomorrow,
Why do you live every?
Are you in Lagos?
I want to
Are you in
get
Nigeria?
married.
How will you not feel
Just like
attached
you
after
must.
sex?
Yeah.
Like, no.
About every parent becomes the police
Okay.
in the lives of their kids.
Posing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring and
Okay,
no.
so
Guy, never reach me will marry me.
that's like you popping question.
There was a going, there was a communication, something happened. So there's nothing like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way?
yeah,
Do you know? Do you know?
Imagine what
God has divinely made you like that.
Imagine. I'm not going to propose to a guy ever.
And tomorrow,
Why do you live every?
Are you in Lagos?
I want to
Are you in
get
Nigeria?
married.
How will you not feel
Just like
attached
you
after
must.
sex?
Yeah.
Like, no.
About every parent becomes the police
Okay.
in the lives of their kids.
Posing is not like me. I will just come direct like you guys do and open one ring and
Okay,
no.
so
Guy, never reach me will marry me.
that's like you popping question.
There was a going, there was a communication, something happened. So there's nothing like accidental
I'm
pregnancy.
working more than 12 hours because I'm going to wake earlier than him to take care of the children.
Do you know you are naturally, supernaturally built that way?
yeah,
Do you know? Do you know?
Imagine what
God has divinely made you like that.
Imagine.
Hello everyone and welcome to the lounge. Yes, I know it feels so good to be on this side of the show. I used to be the co-host, but today I am the host, and Margaret is in here for something very, very good, and we are happy for her. So once again, you're welcome to the lounge. My name is Moyoluwa Olajide. And today I am joined with two amazing people, and trust me, we are going to have a wholesome, enjoyable conversation today that you do not want to miss. So you have to keep it locked on this live show. So today I have with me marvelous Agumbiade. I hope I'm correct.
Yeah, you're right.
It's nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
So
you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you.
I mean,
so
looking
much.
all laid back, but yet.
Oh my
sleek.
God.
And to my, should I let her be right? To my left, of course, I have the one and only John. I don't know if you guys remember John, but anytime John is on this set, you are about to take some bars home. It's gonna be dropping like this, pum 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 pum. So welcome on the show, John.
Yeah, thank you very much
nice
for
to have
having me
you.
here. It's also nice to be here again.
Yes, and it's amazing to have you watching us live today. And what are we talking about today? Something that was went viral on social media. Was a video about a husband and a wife. So before we get into the story, let me give you what we'll be talking about. So, white lady refuses husband's brother accommodation at their UK home. White lady refuses husband's brother accommodation at their UK home. So now, the story goes like this. That the white woman and her husband in this particular video had like a notification, a little bit of notification saying the white woman was like, she's not going to welcome her brother-in-law, that's the husband's brother, into their home. Why you would ask? She said that the husband didn't inform her prior to the time that he told her he was coming, and she was not going to hand over the key, and she went on and saying that the man did not seek her consent, and she does not know this person in question. He's a stranger to her. I want to take it that probably she didn't meet him before the wedding, probably I don't know, they never just met before, and she's not comfortable with the fact that the guy has to come over to the UK to study, for a year. And she was saying no, she's not going to release the house key to him. Then the husband went on saying that, I am the husband of this house. I have the final say. Whatever I say is final, is coming, and that's it. And the whole matter went on and on. So we decided to bring it here. So our family members watching us live and direct on the lounge. We know you love this kind of topics, and yeah, we are giving you another one to feast on. So the topic again says, white lady refuses husband's brother accommodation at their UK home. Who is to be blamed? What's going on? Who will explain to us what happened? Should I start? Let me start with Babylon.
Okay, I feel that whole marriage lacks communication, because why would you tell me that, oh, okay, I'm bringing myself now in the place of the wife. You tell me, oh, I'm bringing a brother. No, you didn't even tell me beforehand. According to you, there was no communication prior to that. So you now bringing your brother into the house, and I'm like, who is this one? No communication, lack of communication, no trust. You don't even respect my space. Insecurity will set in, because what exactly is this person looking for here? That was what would be in my head all through. Like, you didn't tell me anything, so why should I accept him?
So, according to what the man said, the man says that it does not need to ask her, it's their house. So now, over to you, John. Is when you're married, is it still our house and one person can do what he wants, or it's our house, yes, we make the joint decision?
So let me pick it from where you just stopped. I also noticed that part in the video where the man said, this is our house. So if you are saying something is your house, like in the plural, not personal, then decisions have to be also in the plural.
Exactly.
You get?
Yeah.
So it's funny. When I saw it, I was like, why do you're contradicting yourself in one statement. You're like, this is my house. This is our house.
But you can make your
But I can make my decision. That's contradictory. It does not sit well. Even while I'm going to like to, sometimes usually I don't like to talk about people's marriages, because marriages are personal. You get? So this man and this woman, what works for them may not work for every other marriages. You get? But then these people have been brought to be judged. The video is on the internet, so they've been brought to be judged. You get? So you were saying something about an elementary communication issues and stuff like that. But then I don't want to come strong on that point also. That is valid. But I want to come from another point. I want to also state that for this kind of issue to ensue, then definitely there must have been a prior situation. You don't just wake up in the morning and make decisions and say, I don't have to tell you. No, it does not happen. So there's every possibility the man is possibly feeling not like a man and is trying to regain his stand right there as the man. And there's also every possibility that he has a fundamental problem. So it's one of these issues. So when I say fundamental problem, to him it might not be a problem. Right. Well, it's a problem to me, because the way I was brought up, I was not brought up in that line. So then I like to look at things from not right or wrong personally. A whole lot of things have to do with our background and stuff like that.
You're correct. But then again, let us bring you back home. This man is a Nigerian man. Now, I don't know if he's Yoruba, I can't tell, because they didn't mention names. But he's a cultural man, he's a Nigerian man, and this woman is a white woman. Yeah. Now, can you say that this man has sort of a traditional problem? Sorry, cultural problem. Yoruba, in our culture, or in Nigeria, we believe that the man is the head, absolutely, everywhere actually. Is the head, he has absolute right to everything. And when the man says, I'm the head of this house, I'm the head, and whatever I say is final. In the diaspora, in the UK, they didn't do like that. So now I'm getting to wonder that this man, did he know who he married?
Exactly.
Did he know that he's in the UK? Did he know that he's married a white woman? And you are in our land, not your land. I mean, she could wake up one morning and say that, it's done. In that place, it's not his house. Do you know?
Sure.
The house they live in is a house. She could tell him to walk out of the house, and she's right. Now, he's been a Yoruba. Sorry, I don't know what I'm calling you, because Yoruba people have this trait.
Since you have so much experience with Yoruba people.
Yoruba people have this trait, but then again, it's Nigeria, it's our culture. We have this Lord kind of trait where the husband is the Lord, whatever he says is final. But I strongly stand against that, saying that whatever you say is final. The moment you get married to your partner, your wife or husband, whoever you get married to, it's now partnership. It's no longer I am the head, you are the tail.
That's why
or
the Bible
you
said
are
two
the head,
becomes
you are the-
one.
Exactly. We are not partners. We work together. We make things happen together. Bringing someone into our home, because it's no longer your house. We have to sit down and talk about it. Now, this man says that she's not comfortable with the man, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her for it. She's not comfortable with the person coming because she does not know him. He's practically a stranger to her. And like I said before, probably they didn't meet before the wedding or after the wedding. And you know what Nigerian people now? My brother that he's talking about might not be his blood brother. Oh.
Third generation.
Might be my uncle's daddy brother. Yami, like far distance relative. And you call the person your brother and you're bringing him home. How many instances have we seen of people coming into people's home to destroy it?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have children, and you're bringing in someone that she probably do not know. How does she want to get comfortable with the person? Now, I'm going to ask you, do you feel like the man was disrespected by the way the woman said it, that she was not going to release the key to the husband's brother? Because I want to believe that probably the guy is already here, he's already in the UK, and she said she's not releasing the key to him. So do you feel like she was being disrespectful? Or not being considerate?
She's just like standing her ground, because if there was no dialogue prior to the whole
Drop bars.
No, it's okay. You can. I meant, in case you misunderstood it. Yeah, so that's what I meant. So I always say, because I have I've met some people who feel like being a man sets you ahead of a woman. You get. So I'm always like, if you are trying to demand respect from a lady, make sure that lady is your wife. At least that's possibly a yardstick for you to demand respect. And I like to align it with the Bible, talking about submission and love on the part of the wife and on the part of the husband. You get. So I try to align it with the Bible. So I'm like, if this woman is not your wife, then you don't have the right to say, why can't you bring me water where I'm sitting, or something like that. And that one is there. But then we are talking about marriage here. And even though the Bible says some things about, I read an extract somewhere, and I feel like I totally agree with it. It said the Bible was written in a very in a time where men were like what they were, sort of head and stuff like that. So if we're bringing it down into our own kind of dispensation right now, you really will not see it in that vein, that okay, because I'm the husband, then if I say rain should fall today, rain has to fall. Yeah. So basically I expect that you should be able to talk to your wife. Of course, you talked to her before you got married. You did not just marry her. You get. It's not like you woke up and you just I'm marrying you and stuff like that. You had a dialogue. You get, and you got married to her. So even though I may want to ask, because it seems like a whole lot of things are off, because I don't see it from a common point of view. I don't see why I should tell my wife that my brother is coming over and there'll be a problem.
You know, some people do it actually, and it's rampant in Nigeria. I'm surprised that you have to take it to the UK. It's normal. I've seen scenarios like that happen in Nigeria a lot, where the husband says this is happening and that's the final decision. Somebody from my village is coming. My sister that I have not seen in ages is coming to the house, and that's all. And the wife has to adjust. I mean, you have children, you have grown-up children, it's a family. See, when you're married, that house is now, like when I get married, for instance, it's my husband's house here. I moved in. It becomes my house. It becomes my home actually. I am comfortable in that space, and for what it is, I want to be comfortable to the maximum level.
Of course, because it's
I want
yours.
to have my space. I want to have my husband to myself. I don't want to see strange people. I don't want to start feeling like I cannot do this, I cannot do that. You know, there's some ways that you want to loosen up in the house.
Yeah, and when
you are
someone
newly
is there,
wedded or something, and then you have one brother, uncle, in the guest room, walking up and down. That's in the end, your brother's wife my brother's wife did not cook for me now. She did not need her to beat me now. You understand? It's always a whole lot of problems. Yes, you need to set boundaries. I think married couples, when you want to get married, or intending couples, when you want to get married, talk about all of these things. Would we allow visitors into our house? Would we allow relatives into our house? I mean, what do you say? I mean, these are conversations that we need to talk about.
Exactly.
So I feel like
consensus about something before going ahead.
Exactly. So I feel like everything is actually workable It's not like anything is actually out of the box. But then, falling back to your point, communication is really, really, really necessary.
And understanding.
You cannot over.
You have to communicate to understand.
And even aside the part of communication, there has to be a part of understanding, right? And a part of sacrifices, because you may tell me today that, okay, you want me to do this for you, and I'm not comfortable with it. I feel like you should be able to understand that I'm not comfortable to do it. And then sometimes I should also be ready to go out of my comfort zone to do it for you. You get? So it has to be a kind of, you do for me today, I do for you tomorrow. Although it's not like we're counting 1 1 2 2 and stuff like that. But the truth is, if I'm the one always, breaking my rules for you, then a problem will also arise, because very soon I feel like I'm being used.
Okay.
So while we are not trying to say, if I do 5 for you, you do 5 for me, you have to also be careful that you are not just on the receiving end. I feel like that's even major problems with relationships these days. Somebody just feel like, okay, this one is not doing enough, like the energy does not match and stuff like that. So even if we're not looking at that, you need to be ready to do something.
Yeah, I get your point. But then again, communication is key.
Yeah.
If you want people to reciprocate, you have to communicate.
Yeah, that's like the base.
You have to tell the person. I mean, some people don't know that they should do all of these things. Some people don't know that they should communicate before something is done. Some people don't have the idea that, I need to take permission. Taking permission in a relationship,
it's not even permission
or marriage.
It's not permission. It's just simple dialogue. Tell me this is what's happening.
Sorry, you said how will you not know? So I'm trying to answer that question, and I said earlier that people's environment matter. So why you can blame people for not knowing basics, you can actually blame them for not knowing basics, because of course you are not supposed to remain the way you were. You have to improve. But then you need to understand that people's environment plays a whole lot of roles on them. Some people were brought up alone. Some people, so many things. Some people had no parents. Some people, maybe the space they were maltreated, and a whole lot of stuff like that. So it had built a pattern in them. So there are people who, when they encounter problem, they solve it themselves. They don't call on people. And there are people that they cannot solve problem. Even if they have the whole materials to solve the problem, they still need an external help to solve it. So these are different human beings. And I feel like before you even say yes to somebody, you have to know. And you yourself, even before asking someone, you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
Because definitely if I know that, okay, I have issues with asking people or telling people about my plans, then I should possibly walk towards a way of opening up more. Except if my partner is someone who does not even care about knowing, there's a possibility, of course.
Okay, so let me bring it to Marvelous, or based on what it said now, saying that some people grew up in an environment where they do not see it as important that you take accountability. You're responsible to inform someone, carry the person along. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's something that really determines how strong or how well a relationship goes?
In this context, it is not true, because I feel like something will have happened before this whole incident happened, and she will have spoken up that communicate, tell me something whenever you want to take action, yada yada yada. But then it happened again.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that?
But you know that what you just said now is all based on assumption. Of course, many of the things we are saying here is based on assumption. So there's even a possibility also that something, of course, yes, something had happened before now. That's settled.
Okay.
The bone of contention here is what actually happened. So it may not be her. It may not be the way you're seeing it. Maybe the lady required communication, and then he has decided to not communicate again. So it may be, like I said before, of course, it's a man thing. Actually, I want to lead. You get, but even beyond that, every human being do not like to feel undermined. Of course, no one wants to feel less of yourself.
So you would rather be really, so that you don't feel undermined?
No, people, of course, there's this law in science that say for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Of course, everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has. So it could be what we see on the part of the lady. It could be what we have seen on the part of the man.
Okay, let me take us a little away from this conversation. So during the week, something happened. Someone called me and was like, explaining that something happened based on communication. And I was like, do you know what? People need to learn effective communication. It's a life surviving skill that you need to learn. Exactly. Talk, communicate.
Open
you
your
will
mouth.
not die.
At all.
Talk. How do you expect me to know? Some people expect to be magicians. How do I want to know all of a sudden? If you don't tell me, I won't know. I mean, this thing has crashed a lot of relationships. Just talk. I mean, this was a course that I took in school. I didn't really pay so much attention to it as well. But then again, when I left school, and I began to understand what communication meant. I lived with my uncle, whereby in that house we communicate a lot. You want to go and sleep, you will talk. I'm going to go and sleep. So that you know, in case anything happens to you. Like, during my stay with them, I built this communication. I have grounded myself in communication that I will talk. I will tell you more so when I am in a relationship with somebody. I claim to love this person. No matter what I'm going through, we are talking about it. No matter what you're going through, we are talking about it. Why would you be in a relationship with someone and you just take sole decisions? Now we are even taking away from relationship. Theirs is marriage. And this is even very crucial to them. And the kind of home that they are going to build. And you do not talk. It's wrong. In all shade of wrong is wrong. Communicate. Communication is a very good skill that you need to acquire as a human being. Okay? So yes, to wrap up the show, I want to really ask you guys, how do you think that we could develop respect for each other in marriage or relationship? In this case, interracial marriage. Now, respect for families is what I'm talking about. You know, it's the husband's brother that is coming. Whether you like it or not, you have to respect his in-law, right? Now she's saying she does not want to accept him. It's boiling down to both parties now. You don't respect my family. You don't respect me. So now how do we balance it? That there is respect between the wife and the husband, and also external bodies, which are their family, their extended family, in such an interracial marriage. So let me start with Jerry.
So to answer that question quickly, I feel like let me use myself as an example. Let's say I'm married right now, and then I don't know my wife's people. In fact, I'm still struggling to know my wife. I don't know her so much. So you don't expect me to even know them. Okay. But then my wife is who I know. So definitely the amount of respect I can give to her is what is going to be, overturned to anybody that comes from her. So I feel like we should start from the point of getting to respect our partners. And probably, at least the probability is higher that way.
To flow through.
Okay, Marvelous.
I'm going to buttress.
Probably, at least the probability is higher that way.
To flow through.
Okay, Marvelous.
I'm going to buttress what you said. So if there is no respect, a marriage